Hello and welcome to this short presentation on using CodedUI to test software. For this session, I have chosen the calculator that comes standards with Windows 7 to use for illustrating the concepts for writing the CodedUI tests. So let's get started. Let's go to File, select New, select Project, then on the dialog that comes up, you can see that I'm using C# and I'm selecting the test project type. And on the right hand side, there are three options. One of them is CodedUI, which is the type that I'm interested in. So I'm just going to add the word calculator at the end so that I can recognize it within the code. Basically, you can use any name, but just for simplicity, click OK. And as you can see, Microsoft Visual Studio comes up with a dialog box for us to select either recording the actions from scratch or using an existing recording. In our case, since this is the first attempt, we're just going to select the default, which is record actions, and click OK. Another small dialog box comes up at the bottom right of your screen here, and one of the actions is to start recording. So let me just bring up Visual Studio just so that we can see. As you can see, this is the method that will be filled in with some actions by Visual Studio based on the recordings that we'll perform. As you can see, the body is empty for the moment. So let me just bring the calculator up and start recording. So first I'm going to click inside the text box, and I'm going to type 9 on the keyboard. Then I'm click the plus sign, and I'm going to click inside the text box again, and I'm going to type another number 4 on the keyboard and click the equal sign. So at this point we have recorded the complete operation of adding the two numbers. So I'm going to generate the code for those actions. So if I click on this icon here, I can see the steps or the actions that have been recorded so far. So I clicked inside the text box for the calculator. I entered 9 on the keyboard. Then I entered the add sign or the plus sign, and then I click inside the text box of the calculator again, and I entered number 4 from my keyboard, and finally I entered the equal sign. So let's generate the code by clicking this button here, and again I'm going to add the word calculator at the end just so that I can recognize it within my code. There are no restrictions really on choosing these names, it's just for simplicity again. So add and generate the code, and let me bring Visual Studio back up again. As you can see, this line has been added by Visual Studio, which has the complete set of actions of adding the two numbers. Next, let me bring the calculator back again, and this is the expected result. So I'm going to use this crosshair symbol here and bring it. So right now I'm pressing on the left button on my laptop, and I'm pointing to the area or the control where the 13 appears. By moving this one around, you can select any control, but the one that I'm interested in at this moment is number 13. So I let go of the button on my laptop, and the assertions or the set of controls come up, which will allow me to choose the controls that I'm interested in. So the specific control is display text, which is displaying 13, and I want to add an assertion that what appears in the text box should be 13. So add assertion, and again it's asserting that that number is equal to 13, which is the case in this example. So I'm going to click OK and generate the assertions again. So let's do the same thing by adding the word calculator to the end here, provided I spell it correctly. Okay, there we go. Add and generate, and let me bring Visual Studio back again. And there we go. So we have two actions or two methods in here. The first one is the recording of the actions, and the second one is the assertions that the value is equal to 13. Now that I'm done, I will simply click the X to close the set of recorded actions and the assertion. Right now, so if I click on inside this method, I can simply right click and select Run Unit Tests to see the results of the recording. I will take a few moments to compile the code and run it, and hopefully everything will work out the way we expect it, which is bringing up the calculator and adding the two numbers that we entered. I believe it was 9 plus 4. It's taking a little bit longer than I expect, but there you go. So 9 plus 4 is equal to 13. So there you go. Thank you for watching. In the next video, I will take this recording and make it parameterized so that the data is taken from an external file with different types or different test cases that we can use for testing the calculator. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.